All right, everybody, what is going on? Good morning. Happy Sunday. We've got some corners to look at here, and things have been pretty quiet over the last day or so. So there's not really a lot to talk about right now in Seahawks land other than just this. So we're just going to go ahead and get right to it. We are now in the third round. We are looking at third round corner prospects here. And we're going to start with a guy who may not be a corner. It's Treydan Stukes or Stucks or Stukes. I don't know, but I do like him a lot. So if we do draft him, I'll have to learn how to pronounce his name. But Stukes is really fun. Arizona Wildcats. Couldn't find his age. I know he's been in college for a while, so he's probably a little bit older, but 6'1", 190 pounds. If he's a corner, pretty good size, pretty good length. Really small hands, I guess, but we can get over that. He's fast as lightning, 4.33, 10 yard split flat, decent vert as well. So he's got good athleticism, good speed. And big boards mostly put him in that third round. Aggregate puts him in the third. You can see the numbers over the last 2 years have mostly been quite good. 5 interceptions, including 4 this last year, 107 tackles, 15 passes defensed. The coverage numbers have actually been really good too. He's allowed about maybe slightly over 5 yards per target. 90.1 PFF grade in 2025. So the thing with Stukes that's so fun is that he's going to be able to play in a few different places. Maybe he won't be great at everything, but you know he's going to be really good at something. He can play outside. He did some of that in college. He can play inside at nickel. He did some of that in college. And he can also play safety. And some people think he might actually be a safety more than anything else. So he's got good size. He's got the length to make it anywhere. He understands zone defense. He knows how to pass off zone responsibilities. Good zone corner, good zone safety. Understands how to read landmarks and adjust to routes. He's got great ball skills, been pretty productive, especially this last year with the 4 interceptions. He's a pretty firm run defender and tackler. He goes after ball carriers really well. He's cerebral in how he reads opposing offenses. So there's a lot to like with Stukes. Now, I don't think his change of direction skills are good enough for man coverage. It's hard for him to be sticky. He's a little bit more straight lined. He's a little long legged. He's not the best mover overall, even though he has good straight line speed. His hips are kind of segmented. He doesn't flip his hips very well. He can get lost on vertical routes because he doesn't flip his hips very fluidly. So going from the back pedal to the sprint, a little bit delayed. And I think that there is a little bit more he needs to do in run support. Not a question of willingness, it's just a question of angles and understanding how to attack a play when there's traffic to work through. So there's a lot to like here. I think Stukes is going to find success somewhere. I don't know exactly where. Maybe he's a safety, maybe he's an outside corner, maybe he's an inside corner, maybe he's all of those things. But he's going to be something. So whatever it is that you're looking for in a player, you can probably find it here. It's not going to be perfect, but whatever your need is in the secondary, Stukes has a chance to fill it. So I'd go late second round. If you can get Stukes at 64, I'm down with that. Okay, Davison Igbinosun, another Ohio State corner with a difficult to pronounce name, but I think it is Igbinosun. So Buckeye 22, good size, very tall. Does kind of have a lean frame, but he's got long arms, so the frame is there. He can add weight if he needs to. Decent speed, not great. Not really much quickness. The 10-yard split was a little bit ugly. The 10-foot broad, not what you want, but he's a bigger guy, so it's a little bit more acceptable, right? Big boards, mostly putting him in the third. There's some second, there's some fourth. Aggregate puts him in the middle of the third. About 100 tackles, 4 interceptions, and 17 passes defensed over the last 2 years. The coverage has been phenomenal. He's allowed about 5 yards per target over the last 2 years. Less than 50% completion. 46 targets, 207 yards, so pretty darn low. And 81.7 PFF, so good stuff here. Good player. He's definitely got what it takes to play on the boundary at the NFL level. He's got the size, he's got the length, so no concern there. He's a press coverage expert. He's going to be great in press, strong, physical, good footwork, all that kind of stuff you need to be good in press. He's a great tackler, willing to come up and lay a hit, willing to come up and play in run support. He's very tough to handle at the catch point because of his length. Really hard to outmuscle him for the ball. And he does have enough speed to hang on longer routes. It's not elite speed, but it's decent speed. 4.45 is okay. Now, I do think that Igbinosun is a player that really needs to be able to use his physicality. So if you're having him play off coverage, you're not going to get as much out of him. His click and close is a little bit slow, like it's not rapid. So sometimes it feels like he doesn't really get to where he needs to get to fast enough. He's probably going to be a penalty magnet because he was in college. A lot of penalties. So you're going to have to coach that out of him. And his movement skills, he's not really an explosive enough mover to hang with better route runners. So he probably needs to be a zone corner for the most part, probably press zone. So specifically, I feel like you need to be running a lot of press and a lot of zone for him to be effective. And that's a little bit of a narrow circumstance here. But if that's what you need, I think he'll be good. So middle third, I'd go with that. I think middle third is fine, but you have to make sure he fits. He's not going to fit every team. And every team is going to have to make their own evaluation of whether or not this guy works for them. Final guy for this video is going to be Chandler Rivers of Duke. So Duke corner, 22, small guy. 5'9.5", 185 pounds, very short arms, basically no arms, second percentile. Big hands, though. Tested pretty well. The 10-yard split's not good, but good 40, good vert, good broad. So he's got good athleticism and speed. Most of the big boards put him in the third. A couple put him in the fourth. The aggregate has him in the late-ish third. And the production's there, man. Like at Duke, 5 interceptions over the last 2 years. 100, excuse me, almost 105 tackles over the last 2 years. 16 passes defensed. Coverage numbers were really good in 2024, but 2025, he actually gave up a lot. So it wasn't the great season that I think that people thought he might have, and the season he probably wanted to have. Almost 500 yards on 61 targets is not great, especially compared to some of the players we've been looking at. Now, Chandler Rivers, the positives with him, he's shown that he can play zone and man. He's got the instincts and click and close and reading abilities to play well in zone, and he's also got the movement skills to be good in man. So he can do both. I think he's a cerebral player, as you would expect from somebody that went to Duke, but jokes aside, I think he reads plays and routes and reacts to those reads very well. There's a lot of plays on the ball that he makes. He's a good guy who will really make a lot of plays on the ball. He's willing to get his nose in there and make plays against the run as well, not afraid of contact, not afraid of tackling. Now, Chandler Rivers played outside at Duke. I don't think he's going to be able to play outside in the NFL. He's probably going to be a full-time slot corner. So you need to make sure that's what you need before you get him. If you're trying to play this guy on the outside, I think you've got even a worse chance of it working out than you do with Ponce. And I think that most people are aware of it with Rivers. So it's not a big problem, but you should definitely be aware of the limitations here of his body. I don't know about him tackling at the next level. He was a pretty good tackler in college, but at the next level, at his size and length, he may not be a good tackler. He's also a little bit of a penalty magnet. He draws flags at a high rate. He gets too physical. He was disappointing in his coverage numbers in 2025. Like, the PFF grade dropping over 11 points does say something here. And he gives up a lot of big plays downfield. That's part of the reason why this number got so high. So, I mean, there's definitely good stuff with Chandler Rivers. But the team that I root for, the team that I'm covering, is not really in need of a slot corner because of Eman Wari and then Witherspoon. So it kind of feels like a guy like this you just kind of not pay a lot of attention to. So I'm personally not super interested, but I don't think that necessarily makes Rivers a bad prospect. I think it's just reflective of the fact that I don't think he would fit in here because we don't need a nickel corner. So late third's probably about right. That's where the aggregate has him. I think the aggregate has it, but if you need a slot. So it's one of those things where I get the value, but it's not really what I'm looking at right now. All right. See you guys later. Go Hawks. Let me know what you think, and more videos coming soon.